John, the best man.
All right, thank you. For those of you who I haven't met yet, I am Matt's best man, John. I too would like to start off by thanking Matt and Suzanne's parents for throwing this wonderful party. I genuinely hope that I can remember this tomorrow. You don't need to worry. I promised myself I wasn't going to drink until after I'd given my toast, so this is going to be really quick. I'd also like to thank Matt for asking me to be his best man, and for Suzanne for letting that happen. If you can't tell, he's a little nervous, and rightly so, because I've got some stories I could tell that are, just really, really embarrassing and deeply offensive. But I'm not going to be telling those stories, and that's because Matt trusts me. It's the kind of trust that you earn living with someone for 3 years in college or 3 weeks in prison. It's the kind of trust that doesn't ask questions when you need help destroying documents or digging a hole in the middle of the night. I'm sure that's the exact same reason that Tiffany, the maid of honor, didn't tell those types of stories about Suzanne, leaving me to imagine what went on in that sorority. What I can talk about are my memories of Matt and Suzanne. To start out with, I moved in with Matt after a year of drinking abroad in Germany. I was lucky enough to happen upon his roommate wanted ad. And Matt, being the kind of guy he is, was willing to let me, a complete stranger, move into his house. This is all the more amazing when you realize what had happened a month earlier with Boxcar Steve. As an aside, Matt learned a valuable lesson that if a hobo sings songs about stabbing people, he probably can't afford the rent. But Matt and I luckily became quick friends over a shared affinity for fine scotch, finding alternate uses for our fireplace, and unwarranted revenge against the ex-girlfriends of our friends. It was also very nice to find someone who shared my sense of humor, free from obscenities and vulgarities. Matt would even go so far as to shoot himself in the face just to make me laugh. That's friendship, folks. Well, it was a couple months after I'd moved in with Matt that I met Suzanne for the first time. They were having a date on St. Valentine's Day, and Matt had cooked her dinner. I was returning home with my St. Valentine's Day Sonic chicken strip dinner. It comes with gravy and love. And I could tell right away that these two had really hit it off. I could also tell that they hadn't expected me home that early, and I quickly retired to my room having lost my appetite. After that, Suzanne became a regular fixture around the house, where I really got to watch their relationship grow. And the memories that stand out the most to me are the little things, like coming home to find her car parked in the driveway, her walking in front of the TV while I was playing video games, her eating my Chinese food. I remember having to ask Matt to get the women's underwear out of the dryer, although that wasn't new. It was after a few months of this that I realized that these two were getting really serious, and, as Matt's best friend, I should make a real effort to learn her name. And I'm glad that I did. To her credit, Suzanne got along wonderful with Matt's friends that you see here. Not so well with the ones who weren't invited. We all like Suzanne very much, so much so that it was decided that, knock on wood, should anything happen between the two of them, we would make a real effort to stay friends with Suzanne while quietly distancing ourselves from Matt. And Suzanne, being brave as she is, was brave enough to introduce us to some of her friends, like Tiffany and Anne, and, well, that's about as far as she trusted us. I'd like to talk about meeting Suzanne's sorority sisters, but the restraining order prevents me. I swear to this day I didn't know that was your lawn. Everyone? And that brings us to today, which I would like to take a little credit for. You see, Every once in a while, Matt would come home with some silly little complaint, and I would have to remind him that Matt, Suzanne is wonderful. She's funny, smart, and truly caring. You both complement each other in the best way possible. You two have found something wonderful in each other, and that's a partner to walk through this world with. I may never be that lucky, but I can always count myself among the luckiest to call you both my friends. I hope you can remember this sentiment when I'm teaching your children how to swear in mixed drinks.
Okay. We will be serving a buffet-style dinner.